All right, let's jump right in. Today we're going after a huge topic, chronic disease. Most of us kind of think of things like heart disease or diabetes as, I don't know, just bad luck, right? Or something that just happens when you get older. But what if I told you the science tells a completely different and way more hopeful story? Let's get into it.
So let's just get this out there. When someone gets heart disease, is it just a roll of the genetic dice? Is it pure chance? I mean, that's what a lot of us assume, but the evidence we have now, well, it points somewhere else entirely.
And the answer, from decades and decades of research, is powerful. For most of us, it is not bad luck, it's a choice. Or really, it's a whole series of choices we make every single day. And that's actually great news, because it means we have way more power over our health than we ever thought possible.
Okay, so first things first. Let's get a handle on just how big this problem really is. And trust me, this isn't some small, localized issue. We're talking about a global phenomenon.
You know, for the longest time, we thought of these as rich country problems, so-called diseases of affluence. But that idea is totally outdated. Now, conditions like heart disease and diabetes are the #1 cause of death and disability, period. All across the globe, in every kind of country.
So if this is happening everywhere, what's the deal? What's the real culprit here? This is where we get to the classic showdown. Is it our genes or is it our lifestyle?
So you've got your genetics on one side, what you're born with, and your environment and lifestyle on the other. You know, the stuff we actually do every day. And look, genes definitely play a role, don't get me wrong, but the science is crystal clear. Our environment and lifestyle are what's really in the driver's seat of this epidemic.
And one of the most powerful ways we know this is by looking at people who move. I mean, think about it. Someone moves from a country where heart disease is super rare to a place where it's really common. What happens? Bam! Their risk for heart disease shoots right up to match their new home. Their DNA didn't magically change on the airplane. Their environment did. Their lifestyle changed.
Okay, so what's actually going on inside our bodies to make this happen? Well, a huge piece of the puzzle is something called metabolic syndrome. You can think of it like a big warning light on your car's dashboard. It's this collection of things, some extra fat around the middle, higher blood pressure, weird cholesterol numbers, all driven by weight gain and not moving enough. And when this cluster of things happens, your risk for all the big stuff, diabetes, heart attacks, even cancer, it goes through the roof. It's the biological bridge connecting our daily habits to these serious diseases.
All right, so that's the problem. But here's the good news. And honestly, it's the most important part of this whole story. We have a playbook, a real actionable plan to fight back and take control.
It really boils down to 4 key things. But don't think of this as just a simple list. These pillars all work together. Being active helps you keep a healthy weight, and eating well gives you the energy to be active. It's this awesome positive cycle. And of course, the foundation for all of it is kicking tobacco to the curb. These aren't just nice ideas. They are scientifically backed power moves for your health.
And when we talk about a healthy diet, it's not some complicated, trendy thing. It's actually pretty straightforward. We're talking about swapping bad fats for good ones, piling on the fruits and veggies, picking whole grains over the refined stuff, and just being mindful of sugar, salts, and, well, not eating way too much of anything. It's simple stuff, but it's the core of the whole strategy.
So, what happens if we actually do all this? What's the real-world payoff? Well, it is staggering. Just look at this number.
Yeah, you're seeing that right. Let that number just sit with you for a second. We are talking about preventing over 80% of coronary artery disease. And get this, 90% of type 2 diabetes. That's not making a small dent. That's a revolution. It means for the vast majority of us, these diseases are not inevitable. They are not our destiny.
But here's the thing, making good choices is a lot easier when the world around you is set up to help you succeed. Our individual choices are incredibly important, but they don't exist in a bubble. So we gotta zoom out and look at the bigger picture.
And believe it or not, it starts with things like this. How we build our cities is basically a form of health policy. I mean, how easy is it for you to walk to the store? Is there a safe park nearby? Are there bike lanes? These things matter a lot.
I mean, just picture it. On one hand, you have a sprawling community where you literally have to get in your car to do anything. That builds inactivity right into your day. But on the other hand, you've got a community designed for people. Walkable streets, shops nearby, good transit. It just naturally gets you moving. It makes being healthy the default, easy option. And hey, this isn't some fantasy. Just look at the city of Curitiba in Brazil. They built this incredible bus system that's so good, people just don't need to drive.
And what happened? The city uses way less gas, the air is cleaner, and people are more active. It is real-world proof that when you design cities for people, not just cars, you get a healthier population.
Okay, so we know what to do as individuals, and we know how society can help. But has anyone actually pulled this off? Like, for a whole country? Oh yeah, big time.
Let me tell you about Finland. Back in the early 70s, they had the absolute worst death rate from heart disease on the planet. The worst. So they said, enough, and launched this huge nationwide program focused on lifestyle. And the results? By the early 90s, they'd already cut the death rate by more than half. And today, it's down by a whopping 75%. Just incredible.
I mean, this chart says it all, doesn't it? Just look at that drop. That is what happens when an entire country gets serious about prevention. It's not just a statistic, it's a total transformation.
And it's not always about big community programs either. Sometimes it's about simple economics. Take Poland in the 90s. The government stopped making butter and lard artificially cheap. All of a sudden, healthier vegetable oils were the better deal. What do you think happened? People's diets changed practically overnight, and within a decade, heart disease deaths plummeted by almost a third. Think about that. A simple change in food policy saved tens of thousands of lives.
So this all leads to one final, really big question. We know what to do. We've seen with our own eyes that it works on a massive scale, and it's not even that expensive. It's certainly cheaper than treating these diseases. So if we know all that, what's holding us back? What is really standing in our way? Something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.